must desire your prayers. I'll not stand too long and give Brother Cullen plenty of time.
Don't worry about Brother Cullen, you know.
It seems like we travel a lot together. And Brother Jason, Brother Fred. Like he likes to slip out.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job.
I learned a long time ago that I'd rather obey God than anything. Lord bless, I'd like to sing maybe a verse of a song, a chorus or something other, and we'll go with God, whatever He's got plans. There's a day in my life that I don't want to ever forget. And that's June the 24th of 79. When the Lord came into my life and changed my life. Wasn't worth very much. Didn't feel like I was. But He made me a new creature.
Praise the Lord.
Preached not too long ago about an old lady that would come into the church house on Sunday morning. When she come through the door, she'd say, "It's wash day in the house of the Lord." Long years ago, when I would sing, I had no hope, no peace within. Down on my knees in agony,
Dear Lord,
I prayed to Jesus and He gladly saved me. I never shall forget the day when the Lord saved me. I never forget that day.
be where you need. Thank you.
I'm going to go on with my mind, Brother Carl. The scriptures begin to talk about about back home we have mountains. They don't have many mountains down here. And you say, well, what is a valley? It's a low place between two mountains. Back home we call them hollers sometimes. Or a place between the hills. But I listened. My mind began to go to the scriptures where He said there were multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision. Listen, I think a man has to make a choice in this thing called salvation. Well, you say, well, thank God to come down and just shake me or do something like that. But, oh, Job said in the day that the Lord visits me, what will I answer Him? There's coming a time, Brother Billy, when a young man or a young woman comes up to the age of accountability. Oh, you say, well, what is that, Randy? Oh, to know to do good and do not. Don't the scriptures teach us that it's sin? Oh, when they reach that age, there's a separation takes part of His Son. And part of the separation involves sin and God, friend, and a separation from God. You say separation. away from God, and there is only one way back to Him. And Jesus said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. As I thought upon this, I thought how that Adam and Eve was in the garden, and after that been disobedient, and eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, it said their eyes were open. They seen their nakedness. From God. Adam and Eve sewn together fig leaves and tried to cover their nakedness. But one thing happened there, friend. Listen, there was a visitation taking place. Listen, there in the garden. God's voice came walking through the cool day, and He cried out, friend, listen to me. Young people, listen to me. When that visitation of God comes to you, He'll ask you, where art thou? I'll give an account, friend. Lord, we hid ourselves, we were naked. I want to tell you, if you're lost this morning, you don't have a cloak, listen, to cover yourself. You're naked in the sight of God. Your sins is before Him. But I won't leave you there, friends. There is something you can do when He visits you. All the sun gives Adam. Lord, here I am. Yes, and I want to say this morning, friend. I have enjoyed the services that we had already. Listen to feel God's Spirit and know there's God's people are as far away from Kentucky. Listen, down here in Florida, friend. You say, well, just in Florida, I know God's got people all over this world. Listen, and God, bless me just for a few more minutes, friend. I recall an old prophet of God that was standing out on the mountain, and he began to cry to his Lord when they were in sin. Oh, how you between two opinions. If God be God, then serve Him. If Baal be God, then serve Him. They challenged that old man. Listen, to prove his God. Listen, he said, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a little trial. Listen, you yield your altar. You call out to your God, and the God that sends the fire, will let Him be God. That's who we serve. They made their sacrifice unto Baal there, and they laid it on the altar. Yes, they began to cry out, Baal, send the fire. But no fire came. Listen, they cried out, I need your prophet. I began to offer a little bit. They cried all day long into the evening. They kept no far came, brother. Listen, and then the old prophet said, now it's my time. Listen, and he built his altar. He brought the sacrifice out, and he laid upon that altar. Listen, did he just finish there? No, no. He said, bring the water and pour on it. Dig a ditch around it. Listen, and they brought the water and they poured upon the sacrifice, and he ran down and he filled the ditch up around there. Listen to me. I want to tell you something now. The scriptures teach us how to offer our body a living sacrifice unto the Lord. That's our reasonable service. This old man, when they poured the water on there, he didn't stubber. He didn't stutter. He didn't say, wait till tomorrow. Listen, when he cried out, listen, friend, he said, in the fire, immediately the fire came from joy. What did he do? Listen, he consumed the sacrifice, he consumed the rock, and he consumed the altar, he licked up the water, he licked up the dust. Listen to me, I'll tell you what God will do for you. He'll clean you up, friend, right down to the rock. Listen, the news came from the queen. You slew my prophets. I'm going to see you alive. Listen, for this day is over. You're going to suffer the same thing that you did to my prophets. You proved them wrong. Listen, your God. Listen to this. He saw all legends alive. Listen, he began to run. Listen, he found his place. Listen, up on the side of the mountain. And he got in that cave. Listen, I'm going to tell you. Listen, he got in that cave and he hid because he was afraid that they were going to take him alive. And then he began to pray. It said that he saw God, brother. He was a praying man. Listen, he had something coming up the side of that mountain. It was a windstorm. Listen, so powerful that he ripped the rocks on the side of that mountain. He ran out to the mouth of the cave. Listen, he was seeking God. Listen, but God wasn't in the windstorm. And then he said a fire came up that mountain. Listen, and he said, up the mountain. He ran out to see if God was in the fire. But God was in that fire, brother. Listen, and then he said, there was a great earthquake. He shut the mountain. Listen, and he said that he saw God in that earthquake. But God wasn't there. He went back into the cave. He got back down into the cave and he began to pray. Yes, sir. And then still small voice. That's right. Where are you? Oh, listen. I preached last night about that little sheep. Listen, going astray out of the fold. Oh, God is searching today. He's searching the hills, Brother Jason. He searches the highways. He searches the alleys. He searches for the lost. He spoke with a simple voice to him. Oh, so soothing, yet so powerful. Let the God of the universe say, let there be light and never light. Let there be night and never night. Let's set the stars in heaven. Let's set the moon to rule the night. The sun to rule the day. This sun, that's the God that I'm talking about. This sun. How could we doubt that He can take a soul that's sick? Listen to the little blood of His beloved Son and make it whiter. That's the God that I'm talking about here this morning. Oh, friend, if you down, listen, and you're thinking about that decision this morning. Today is the day of salvation, and now it is helping time. If He's calling you, if you hear His voice, listen, harden not your heart, but listen what He says. Now, come on to me, ye of the earth, and be saved. And besides me, I am God, and besides me, there is He's real this morning. I'm more real than you sit there today in this service. My God is able to save to the uttermost. Already in a peaceful way. There's times it's peaceful, and times it's trouble. Oh, what did He say? Elijah, get down upon this mountain. God, preach to my people. Oh, God, they threaten me to take my life. Oh, you think you are alone. God's got people all over this world. He said, I have. Listen, I believe about 7,000, but that's not yet right. To the meeting day. Oh, He come down the mountain. They began to chase Him, brother. Listen, He got discouraged a little bit. He got out there in the wilderness. He made him a little campsite. Listen, and he laid down up under a juniper tree. And that's the way we do now, brother. When we get discouraged, we find ourselves underneath the juniper tree. Listen, I said that he fell asleep. Listen, he felt a touch on him and said, angel of the Lord touched him and said, Elijah, rise up and eat and drink of the cruise. Ain't good, brother. Listen, when we get discouraged, sisters, when we get discouraged from this way, then we can get in a meeting like we was in last night, and like we are today. Listen, that we can eat of the bread, and we can eat, drink from the cruise. And then he said, Elijah rose up, and there on a rock, listen, and there's no better place to be but on the rock there. And Jesus said, I am the rock of salvation. Listen, I am the rock in a weary land. Listen, and he said, the angel told him, rise up and eat. And he ate that bread. Listen, and he drank from that cruise. Listen, and he laid back down and he fell asleep again. Listen, and the angel smote him again. Listen, said, rise up and eat. I'll get out of your way. Don't worry about it. Rose up and listen. Oh, he said like this, rise up, Elijah, and eat. For your journey is great, and you can't make it alone. Oh, what have I to help me to make it on this journey? Jesus said like this, He said, while I was here, you needed not a comforter. But he said, if I go away, I'll send you a comforter. I'll lead you and guide you in all truth and righteousness. Son, what is that? That's the dear Spirit of God, friend, directing our paths. Son, you say, well, now, I've not been walking as straight as I could. I recall an old brother, that God had touched one day. His name was Saul, and he changed his name. And the Spirit of God came to a man in a faraway land and told him, said, I want you to go up there. I his eyes and baptize him. He's on the street, cause praise, and you pray. Friend, you are reaching toward God. Listen, and you're on the street, cause street. And listen, he's able to open your eyes. Listen, the old preacher went there. He said, Paul, the Lord has sent me. Brother Paul is what he called him. Listen, that before he went to the water, he called him brother. Listen, friend, how you can wash this flesh, how you can go and dip yourself as many times you want to in a water hole. It'll not make your soul clean. All it'll do is wash listen, your body. But if you've been down to the street, across straight, and you're praying, listen, and God has touched you, where does He touch you? Listen, with these all years, do I hear Him? But with my heart.
That's right.
He went up there and he said, Brother Paul, the Lord sent me to anoint your eyes and baptize you. He was scared of it. God, you ain't going to send me up there. This man seeks to put him in prison. He's guilty. God been changed and taught. I used to be a man. If I thought somebody done me something wrong, I had to get even with them. Growed up like that. Had to get even with them. Oh, this man, he's putting their brothers and their sisters in prison. Even putting some of them to death. Oh, friend, I used to be in that valley when I was a young man, 19 years old. Father God was dealing with me. I was wrestling inside with Him. Listen, He almost crippled me. Listen, and I was crying, Lord, save me, unless I perish. Thank God that He heard my cry, and thank God that He reached His arm down. I was low down, brother. I thought I was the worst person in the world. Oh, but He reached that mighty arm of salvation down to that low part. Listen, He turned me by the hand. He lifted me up. He established my going. I don't walk like I used to do, brother. I don't talk like I used to do. I'm not looking at things I used to look at. And I'm glad that He done a work in me. He set before me both good and evil. And He said, choose you this day who you will serve. The Bible teaches me you can't serve two masters. Either you'll love one or you'll hate the other. Either you'll desire one and despise the other. Right there. Sweet and bitter water will come from the same mouth. You can't hide this thing. You can't hide this thing. It will come to the top of the water. It will come to the top of the water. Now I recall, I preached this several times. being in a family of 5 boys, 5 girls. There would come a day, about every week, which my mother lived in the head of a holler there in eastern Kentucky, about a mile between houses. That week, my mother would say, boys, it's wash day. You need to get the water in the washer. She'd bring, listen, we'd carry the water, we'd fill that old Wrangler top washer up. She'd put them clothes in there, and she'd put a little wash powder, a little hot soap. Listen, if they were white, she'd put a little bleach in it. And that thing would begin to rock. Sometimes I think it would come off the porch. The way it was rocking back and forth, listen. When those clothes got through washing, oh, listen to this. She would take them out of there, and she'd turn that wringer on, and she'd put them clothes to that wringer. Oh, church, all this time, the trying of her faith is more precious than gold. I tried in the furnace, I've been in that old my tag of my Lord. I've been washed with His blood. He runs me through the ringers every time He runs me through the hurt. Oh, the more pure and cleaner I get.
Yeah. Yeah, Lord. Man.
But this decision is left up to you today. He's offering Himself to you. You need to come and serve Him. Not only would she wash them, run them through the ringers, she'd rinse them in that water, and she'd hang them out on the line. People coming by would see. Jesus said, I'm the light of the world.